Growing up, I was addicted to comfort. I was scared of failure, scared of rejection. I was afraid of feeling uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form, and this largely shaped the way that I went about my childhood. In school, I took all regular classes. I never took advanced classes until high school, and I would always get like high A's in every single class. Like I ended up with like a 4.0, but that's because I was taking a bunch of easy classes and just acing them. And part of that is because, I didn't like school and I didn't want to do extra work and all of that. But honestly, I just didn't have the confidence in myself to go outside of what I thought I could accomplish. My fear of failure and my addiction to comfort prevented me from doing anything that I thought I might not be able to accomplish. So, I didn't take advanced classes. I didn't play sports either. I never tried to, ask any girls out or anything like that. I just didn't take any chances. I refused to take chances on myself because I was addicted to comfort. I stayed within the confines of my comfort zone. And, I thought that my comfort zone was a safe space, but in reality, it was a prison. It prevented me from having a lot of experiences that a lot of other children had. And I can't ever get that back. All I can do is make up for lost time. And, I don't have any regrets about the way that I, grew up because that's just where I was at the time. Hindsight is 2020. But at the time, I thought that, I had it figured out. I thought that it was good to be comfortable at all times and to just do what you can do as opposed to redefining the limits of what you can do. So, I never really challenged myself in any way, shape, or form as a kid. And as a result, I didn't have any confidence in myself. Now, I used to wonder why I didn't have confidence. Like in a lot of my videos, I say that I didn't have a lot of confidence growing up, but I never really knew why. And I think I figured it out. It's because I didn't challenge myself. That's how you develop confidence. You develop confidence by, doing things that you're not sure you can do and failing over and over and over again until you finally succeed and you overcome the obstacles and you become stronger and better. That's how you build confidence naturally without having to, seek external validation from other people. Internal confidence comes from overcoming obstacles that are placed in front of you and, setting challenges and goals for yourself and accomplishing them. And over time, those goals become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until they seem unrealistic. They almost seem unrealistic to the average mind. But to you, it's just a normal goal. Like for me, for example, I want to hit 100,000 by May 2021. I'm going to hit 100,000 by May 2021. That goal would have been completely out of the realm of possibility for me in May 2019. When I was just starting YouTube, I had like 100 subscribers. 100,000 was an inconceivable number for me. I couldn't even process that. I was focused on getting to 1,000, and even that seemed unrealistic for me. But then I hit 1,000, and I hit it like a few months before what I told myself that I was going to hit it. And that raised my confidence a lot. Every goal that I've set for myself on YouTube, I've accomplished it. And that's just built my confidence more and more and more. And I know that when I hit that 100,000 mark, my goals are going to be even higher. I'm going to keep aiming higher because that's what life is about. It's about growth, challenging yourself. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fail. But at the end of the day, you become stronger no matter what. Now, me doing YouTube, that was me stepping way outside of my comfort zone. That was probably the biggest leap that I had ever taken in my life in terms of stepping outside of my comfort zone, no longer thinking about what others were going to think of me, just doing what I wanted to do, challenging myself, doing something that I had no idea how to do. When I recorded my first video and I edited that video, I didn't know what I was doing. I was intimidated. I was very intimidated, almost overwhelmed. But the challenge woke something up in me. It showed me that there's more out there than what lies in my comfort zone, because my comfort zone is built based on the perceptions of myself, what I think I can accomplish. It's based on my confidence level, and it's expandable. You can expand it to infinity. The only limitation is your mind. And this is something that YouTube definitely helped me realize. Another thing that helped me step outside of my comfort zone and really grow mentally is doing NoFap. NoFap is very hard to do. It is extremely hard to do. Now, I wasn't extremely addicted in the first place, but even doing it for a year, it's hard to stop. It's a very hard thing to stop because it's literally the most pleasurable experience that you can have as a man. So if you're able to overcome that addiction, and step outside of what all you know is that instant gratification. You step outside of that and force yourself to be better. Force yourself to grow. Even if you relapse, I relapsed twice, and that helped me on my process. That helped me grow. I was able to learn more about myself by doing that. And the further I went on NoFap, the more confidence that I built and instilled within myself. And now here I am at 4 months on NoFap, and my confidence is as high as it's ever been before, because I know that I'm doing better for myself. Each day that I make it on NoFap, I'm stepping further and further outside of my comfort zone. I'm rejecting what I want to do and embracing what I need to do, which is make these videos and, take care of my body, take care of my mind. Another thing that definitely helped me step outside of my comfort zone is taking cold showers. Now, this is something that I started doing around 2018, I believe, like early to mid 2018. And, the thing about cold showers is that they're extremely uncomfortable. I've been taking cold showers for 2 years now. And to this day, when I get in that cold water, it sucks. Like, it sends a shockwave through my body. But the thing is, there's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is embrace it. You have to embrace being uncomfortable. It's a mindset thing. It's all in the mind. If you allow that cold water to conquer you, that means that you're hiding within the confines or the prison of your comfort zone. But the good thing about that is that the door is never locked. You can leave that prison at any time and embrace being uncomfortable. Embrace that cold water. Getting in that cold water, there's always going to be that moment of hesitation where you sit there and wonder, is this really worth it? What is this doing for me? Why am I doing this? And these thoughts all go through your head at the same time, but you just get in anyways. Because you know that the answer to those questions is that it's making me better. It's making me stronger. It's making me a stronger individual mentally. And that's the most important thing, is learning to control your mind. You can't strengthen anything. You can't strengthen any part of your life if you don't first strengthen your mind. Say, for example, working out. When you go to the gym, if you don't have that extra gear to keep going when you're tired, you're never going to see any results. You have to have that extra rep in you when you're tired and you feel like you can't do any more. You have to be able to do that one last rep. Squeeze it out. And even if you physically can't do it, the fact that you're at least trying shows that you're in a different space mentally. The fact that you know your limits and you are willing to expand those limits just by trying. And if you keep trying, if you keep pushing your boundaries will be forced to expand over time. Like I said, the only limitation is within your mind. Working out is a great example of learning to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Because when you go to the gym and you're lifting those weights, you're getting that pump, it sucks. Like, it hurts. It hurts being in the gym. That's why a lot of people don't like to work out. It causes a lot of discomfort. And that's exactly why you should go. That's exactly why you should work out. It's because you're learning to be comfortable being uncomfortable. When you go to the gym, it's a great practice for the law of attraction and visualization. Because when you go to the gym, you're probably working towards something. Either you want to lose weight, you want to gain weight, or you just have this image of what you want your body to look and feel like. And in your mind you see this image, and that's what motivates you to go to the gym and subject yourself to that level of discomfort. You're able to see the bigger picture. And this applies to YouTube as well, or really any business. There were a lot of nights where I would stay up late at night knowing that I had to work at 6, 7 in the morning. And I would stay up editing a video, and I knew it wasn't going to pull in a lot of views. I knew that I was going to get 100 views, wasn't getting paid or anything. But I had the bigger vision. I saw what I'm doing right now. And this was just a few months ago. I would visualize myself being able to do this full time, making money doing this. And honestly, this right here is better than anything I could have imagined. Because Now when I make my videos, all I have to do is talk. I don't have to go out and do these public interviews and film for 10 hours and then spend like a week editing the video. I can just put these videos out and make my money and help a lot of people out. But the only reason why I was able to get to this point is because I learned to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Like I said, I did not have to do what I did. I didn't have to stay up editing those videos. I could have accepted working at H&M. I had multiple opportunities to apply for promotion, get a pay raise, work there full time, and probably make enough to live on my own, and just make a living there. But that's not what I saw for myself. That's not the vision that I had. That's not why I dropped out of school. I didn't drop out of school to work at H&M. I dropped out of school to be my own boss. And if you want to be your own boss, you're going to have to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable, because that process, that journey, all the work that you have to do, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable at all. You have to have a very strong mind. But the good thing is, you don't have to have a strong mind to start. You just have to have a vision. That's it. You have the vision, and you may not be equipped to make it happen yet, but start it anyways. When I first started YouTube, I still had that mindset that I had from being a kid and not ever challenging myself. But just in doing this over time, I naturally developed a stronger mind. The further out of my comfort zone that I was willing to go, the stronger my mind became, and the more confident I became in myself to do whatever I set my mind to. And also, speaking of H&M, another thing that I did to step outside of my comfort zone was working retail. And growing up, I was a very antisocial, introverted, I still am, like both of those things, but, I was very shy. I didn't really like to interact with people. I hated making small talk with people. I would never initiate a conversation with somebody unless I already knew them. And, I just kept to myself basically all the way through school. But when I started working retail for the first time, my first retail job was at PacSun. They made me greet customers at the door. They made me sell things to people. They made me talk. They forced me to talk to people. And ironically, the reason why I decided to work retail is because I thought it'd be more comfortable than, working in a restaurant or whatever else. I thought that I'll just be in there folding clothes and doing all this easy stuff. But no, they had me talking to people. And this challenged me in a way that I had never been challenged before. And, I wasn't making good money, none of that, but it definitely helped me with my character development. And, being around other people that were more natural in those types of settings, it rubbed off on me. Being around people like that, it challenged me to be better, to grow and become more social. Now, like I said, I'm still not a very social person, and a lot of people probably don't realize that until they meet me in real life. But I'm capable of socializing. At the very least, I am capable of carrying a conversation, and that's something that working retail helped me to do. Another thing that definitely helped me step outside of my comfort zone was traveling alone. Okay, learning to travel alone definitely forced me to step outside of my comfort zone. Because, as an 18-year-old kid going to New York by myself, when I had never even been to Dallas, which is 30 minutes away from where I live, by myself, that was a very, very big, bold step. And then to travel the way that I did, couch surfing, taking the public transportation, and, doing these things all by myself with no one's help. I was forced to ask people. I was forced to ask people for help when I needed it because I didn't have anyone else to rely on. And, I always say this, but I feel like that trip was kind of the turning point for me in terms of stepping outside of my comfort zone. Because up to that point, I had never did anything like that. I always dreamed of doing stuff like that, but I never had the confidence to do it because I never challenged myself. And I like to think that I made up for lost time by doing that, because a lot of people will probably never do something like that in their whole lives, and I did it at 18. So doing things like that, just stepping outside of your comfort zone, seeing a vision and working towards that vision, even if it's not comfortable in the moment, because you know that it'll make you a better person and it'll improve the quality of your life. That's what greatness is all about. It's about challenging yourself. Like, for example, I mentioned earlier that I used to do public interviews. Like I said, I was a very antisocial person. That was a very big step outside of my comfort zone, especially since I wasn't getting money for it. I wasn't getting paid to do that. You know, it was just a part of my vision. And I knew that I had to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I had to put myself out there, put myself into situations like that, because it would make me a better content creator. It'd make me a more confident content creator. And you know, in this industry, confidence is everything. In entrepreneurship in general, confidence is everything. You have to be willing to bet on yourself and to work on yourself and to grow. Before you can become a plant, you have to first learn to become a seed and put yourself underground. Don't be afraid to get a little dirty. You know, get your hands dirty and put in the work and allow yourself to grow. A lot of times when you take those chances on yourself, it's like you're burying yourself. You feel like you're regressing. You know, you're giving up quality of life for something bigger. But eventually, you'll sprout past where you once were and grow to heights that you could have never imagined for yourself.